US President Trump asserts that National Guard will remain in LA until there is no danger. And if the protests continue, he will also consider sending National Guards to other states.
You know, if we didn't attack this one very strongly, you'd have them all over the country. But I can inform the rest of the country that when they do it, if they do it, they're going to be met with equal or greater force than we met right here.
U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth was grilled by U.S. House Appropriations Committee on the cost of deployment of troops in Los Angeles. He made it absolutely clear that deployment of troops for homeland security will expand under President Trump.
I think we're entering another phase, especially under President Trump, with his focus on the homeland, where the National Guard and Reserves become a critical component of how we secure that homeland and apply those civilian sets across the spectrum.
Hegseth said deployment of National Guard and Marines is aimed at protecting ICE agents. But when he was asked about the cost of moving in the National Guard and Marine Corps, he exercised his right to remain silent. Hegseth's grilling before the House committee comes after President Trump said Los Angeles would have burned to the ground if he did not act. On the state front, Californian Governor Gavin Newsom is taking on Donald Trump. Newsom accused Trump of authoritarianism. The political battle from Washington to California comes after President Trump doubled down on troops deployment as soon as the protests escalated. Trump ordered 2,000 more National Guards to be deployed in Los Angeles. Along with this, he has also called in 700 Marine personnel, often referred to as the USS Elite Fighting Force. Earlier, protesters and police came face to face in Santa Ana area or southeast of Los Angeles, where sounds of flashbangs or firecrackers were heard exploding. Security forces dispersed protesters using rubber bullets and armored vehicles in downtown LA. These demonstrators had gathered outside the federal detention center in downtown where immigrants were being held. Immigration crackdown and following protests that began in Los Angeles first spread within the state of California to San Francisco and capital Sacramento. But now they're being reported from California to New York. In Texas, protests were reported in Dallas, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio. People also took to the street in Philadelphia, Boston, and Chicago. These are the visuals from Texas, where protests were reported in two major cities of Dallas and Austin. Multiple people were detained after a street showdown with police officers. California Governor Gavin Newsom came down heavily on U.S. President Donald Trump. Newsom slammed the move as deranged and un-American. On social media post, Newsom wrote, U.S. Marines should not be deployed on American soil facing their own countrymen to fulfill the deranged fantasy of a dictatorial president. This is the first time since 1965 that a U.S. president has sent National Guard troops to a U.S. city without a governor's approval. And the move has sparked a political tug of war between Democrats and Republicans.